to Mystical Messages. I am Hilary Harley, your podcast host. I am a soul guide and astrologer. Mystical Messages is your podcast gateway to discover and learn about the realm beyond the veil, including all things intuitive, metaphysical, and the healing arts. To learn more about my work or to book a session with me, please visit hilaryharley.com. If you would like to read my monthly forecast, you may find the full written transcript for all astrology episodes on my website. That way, if you hear something and want to re-listen to a forecast or to check a date of a cosmic event, you may find it on the written monthly forecast on hilaryharley.com. Today, I am so delighted to bring you my monthly astrology forecast. I will be breaking down the astrology for June 2025. How did we get here? Well, I'll tell you, all engines are firing right now. And we are the veritable Pistons, Piston, in the middle of that engine, working overtime we are. And honestly, this is the word that best describes the energy of 2025. Piston. I grew up in a mechanically inclined household, but I still had to look up exactly what the piston does in an engine. And from the Cambridge American Dictionary, I found piston, noun, an engine part, usually a short, solid tube or round, flat object, which moves up and down or forward and backward inside a cylinder and causes the other parts of an engine or machine to move. So, in short, the piston is it. It is the cause for the engine to move. So why this word, piston, this month of June? Because we are the piston in the engine of life, driving forward now. We are totally engaged this month. Every single part of us is switched on, working, and in continual, almost perpetual motion. There is nary a cosmic pause, glitch, retrograde, or eclipse disturbing the ether and energy or standing in our way. Described in seasonal terms, by June 1st, nature is fully blooming. The tree leaves are completely out, flowers are opening, fruit is beginning to mature on the vine, and so are we, ripe, ready, like high noon under a full moon all at once. May's fiery threads continue into June. 4 planets now cycle through Aries and Leo as the month begins. These are innately creative signs charged with inciting action. Aries instigates, is the veritable initial spark that gets the fire going. How this translates into our personal lives varies. Collectively, June heralds a call to action. Our free will steers how we will answer that call. Yet all of us feel massive motivation to do, to barrel forward, to accomplish, to check boxes, to change. Obstacles on our path ahead are seen and considered, but will be powered through, gone around, over, or under. Nothing will stand in the way of our mighty machine and engine steaming ahead. Fully 8 out of 10 planets cycle through fire and air signs during the first week of June. These do not take no for an answer, much less know the meaning of the word. Not until Friday, June 6th, do we come back to Earth in any substantive way. Valuable Venus moves into its own sign of Taurus then. She tussles with Pluto over old versus new ways of tackling the issues at hand, vying for practicality, the tried and true, rather than different or alternative tactics. Help is on the way just a few days later, when Messenger Mercury shifts into nurturing Cancer the Crab on Tuesday, June 9th, joined the very next day by generous Jupiter on June 10th, marking a distinct pivot for our energy and how we move forward. The Titans, Jupiter and Saturn, have been dueling since early April and will continue to do so through mid-July. At once, they were in Gemini and Pisces. The duo there created a thick, hazy spin of smoke and mirrors, treacherous, deceptive, manipulative illusion to wade through. Now, Saturn has already shifted into Aries, and so it's Jupiter's turn to move on. With Jupiter's entrance into Cancer the Crab on June 10th, it marks the fourth of 5 outer planets changing sign within 8 months' time. This is a very short stretch, given cosmic movements. It's been 12 years since Jupiter has cycled through this maternal sign. The planet of abundance, prosperity, and expansion is considered exalted or especially effective in Cancer. There is a reason that Jupiter, the Titan of abundance, relishes its tour through Cancer. Where modern life often relegates Cancerian energy to the back burner as passive, Jupiter recognizes the legendary icon of compassion that Cancer really is. The cradle of civilization, the initial nurturing impulse. Think Mother Mary, Mother Teresa, or Kuan Yin. Heaven knows humanity needs every ounce of this blessing and grace now, and Jupiter delivers. The first primal water sign of the zodiac, Cancer, is compassion and care. The crab rules home, family, the mother and mothering instinct, food, ancestors, housing, real estate, diet, breast and stomach, our country of birth, psychological roots, and biological inheritance. In other words, everything from your deepest subconscious patterns to how or whether you set the table to Aunt Betty's pearl earrings. As Jupiter enters Cancer, joined by Messenger Mercury, both challenge spiritual Neptune and taskmaster Saturn in Aries, feeding our continuous call to action. Yet, these occur in a notably different way than May or early June. Now, we seek nourishment to assuage a nurturing yen related to house and home, family, food, ancestors and nation, and our homeland. Notice the difference in energetic quality. If ever there was a time to get things done and knock off your task list, this is it. This momentous shift occurs as we approach the full moon in Sagittarius on Wednesday, June 11th, highlighting our grand adventure. The fiery Sagittarius moon searches for the truth, learning whether academic or daily living, exploration, travel, and spirituality. This full moon represents culmination and fruition. Expect examinations and tests now. Make sure you prepare and study well. It all comes down to how well you have integrated life's lessons. The full moon tests are nothing to fear, but rather afford an opportunity to demonstrate your mastery of a subject. What have you learned? That it is better to forgive than to hold a grudge, better to tell the truth than to deceive, better to honor your responsibilities than to shirk them. Reverberations quake and shake in the aftermath of the full moon. We are awakening, literally and metaphorically. Change agent Uranus is now in the final degrees of earthy Taurus. An uncomfortable pairing to begin with. Uranus and Taurus make for truly strange bedfellows. Taurus rules the earth, what you can see, feel, and touch. Taurus manifests. Uranus pivots, redirects, and surprises. Uranus awakens. Together, their combined effect prompts us to realize what is truly of value, whether our time, energy, skills, talents, or other resources are used wisely. Enter the great aha moment. Sometimes it can take an earthquake or dramatic life event to tear off our blinders. From June 12th to the 18th is such a time. Just as Uranus finishes in the final degrees of Taurus, motivating Mars concludes its tour through dramatic Leo. Both Uranus and Mars are agitating, unsettling, and disruptive. They drive us to pay attention, and boy, did they get our attention now. When these two are at an impasse of epic proportions, expect the unexpected. Watch for unpredictable, sudden, and seismic events. These may not necessarily be unhappy or unfortunate. They can represent groundbreaking discoveries and eureka moments. But it may also hold disruptive climate and resource shifts. Uranus-Mars continue their uneasy standoff even as the latter moves into Virgo on Tuesday, June 17th. The remedy is to pause and take a break from anything holding you tightly in its grasp. In other words, try not to worry. Stop obsessing over that which you have little control. A very good thing, then, that the sun moves into Cancer on Saturday, June 20th, marking the annual Summer Solstice and joining generous Jupiter. Together, the duo rush in where angels fear to tread, and not a moment too soon, I might add. Every year, the sun makes its annual conjunction or pairing with Jupiter. In any sign, this pair is one of the most fortunate aspects in all of astrology. During June of 2025, we are very blessed as they unite in nourishing Cancer the crab. Help, guidance, and assistance abound, if only we just ask. The grace afforded by Jupiter and the Sun is further enhanced by the new moon on Wednesday, June 25th. The trio challenged Neptune and Saturn in Aries, continuing to emphasize a call to action, underscored throughout the entire month of June. Moving deeper into the watery sign of Cancer, we are called to tend to ourselves, our loved ones, and our home environments with great care. Yes, we can lavish money and resources where asked. But if we have learned anything this year, our devoted time, energy, and skilled attention are what is actually needed most. That brings me to a couple special notes today. So wonderful to bring you my monthly astrology forecast. I'd want to highlight the Three Wise Women community. We are 3 veteran metaphysical practitioners offering connection and conversation to explore all of your wildest woo questions. Join us the first Tuesday of each month at 6 p.m. Eastern via Zoom, only $10 per month or $110 per year. To register, please visit my website. And I've also some really exciting news. I have just joined the Seeker's Field Guide as a guide. So if you are in search of a healer but do not know where to look to find excellent, vetted, alternative, and metaphysical practitioners, you need to check out the Seeker's Field Guide. So it's Seekers, Seekers, Field, Field, Guide, Guide.com. All one word, Seeker's Field Guide. I am so thrilled to now offer my services as a guide with this groundbreaking resource, offering a directory of the best healers in the business. Also want to highlight that Zenathon is back. This is a major event, Sunday, September 14th, 2025 in Sharon, Massachusetts. So if you're anywhere in the area, this is one event you really want to dive into and join. Please join me for an amazing day of learning, healing, and peace. There are vendors, practitioners, and healers of every variety. To learn more or to buy tickets, Zenathon.org, Zenenthon.org, Zenathon.org, or contact me directly for a discount code. And last, I just want to remind everybody that Mystical Messages is available on my website. If you want to read the full written transcript or to book a session with me, please visit hilaryharley.com. You may find all past episodes and all astrology episodes, as well as guest spots with cutting-edge healing practitioners. Thank you so much for listening today. Please join me again in 2 weeks when I will bring you another wonderful episode of Mystical Messages. I wish you many blessings as you journey forward.